Giving custom-made furniture shine and removing dents can sometimes be a challenge.
But no mas. Zach and Miranda Lavelle from Lavelle Woodworking Studio are going to give us some tips on how to make custom-made furniture stand out and show off some of their great pieces as well. To both of you, thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Yes, beautiful, beautiful stuff. So do you want to show off your chair first? Do you want to start with, where would you like to start?
Well, yeah, we could certainly start off with that. This is our Zen stool. It was kind of designed so the back kind of hits you right in the kind of the lumbar area. The front of the seat is kind of designed so it actually kind of hugs the bottom of your leg so it doesn't dig in. And it also kind of sucks you back with the slope so your back is pushed all the way here, and then the footrest down there is positioned.
Are these our new studio chairs by chance?
Yeah. Someone,
yeah,
yeah,
go ahead, have a
absolutely.
seat. Yeah, they
it's
are
very comfortable.
positioned so your feet are at a natural resting point, so it's nice and comfortable. You can sit in it for hours and not be fatigued at all.
Are we going to have to keep you there all day?
We may have to make these our new studio chairs. Really nice. So did you carve this, or how did you make it?
It is kind of roughly put together, and then once it's all assembled, then we hand shape it to the final shape. So it's, there is a lot of work going into something like this versus a table like this, where it's tabletop is pretty simple to put together, and the base itself is not that complicated, minus the shaping of the center column, where it's nice curve and kind of gives that natural organic tree look.
Right. And both of these pieces are walnut woods. So
talk about how you do your work, and you brought some different products that you work with as well.
So I'll let Miranda kind of explain what we usually ask clients first.
Sure. I guess I would be considered a designer, but I really come from a customer service background. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that this piece is going to be an heirloom and something that you design with us. We will do anything that you need us to do. We will sketch things up for you. We send you pictures throughout the process, make sure this is exactly what you want. And we really pride ourselves on doing that because this is going to be your design and an heirloom piece, and we want you to have it for many, many years.
And we have some photos of just some of the different things that you guys have created too. So it's
Absolutely.
not just chairs.
No, we do benches. We've done also huge dining room tables, conference tables. We kind of run the gamut on everything. So.
Can we see some of those pics, Tony? If you can, so they can show off some of their stuff, please. Wow.
Yes, this is our Adrene table, and this is actually in a. This is in a competition right now, an online competition for an interior design magazine.
That's awesome.
And so people can help vote for you, right?
Absolutely. Yes. We do have a link, or we will have a link for where people can actually help us win that competition, and the voting will be going until the 16th.
Right. The link is at the bottom of the screen, but it also we'll put it on our web story once that gets put up online too. But I think it's so beautiful. You guys kind of create these different pieces that just look so, like it looks like you took them right out of the woods and put them in someone's home, but yet they still look welcoming enough where you don't feel like you're going to ruin the table eating at it.
Absolutely. We want it functional. We wanted a beautiful piece of your entire, your entire family to use it.
And that's one of the questions we also ask is, what is your main purpose for this piece? So we can kind of gear the clients towards an appropriate finish. If it's something that's going to be occasionally used, we might go with something that's a little bit softer. If it's going to be something like a dining table, we want to have a harder finish so it will actually stand up to plates, glasses, anything.
And kids.
And kids and dogs and everything else.
And so let's talk about that. If people have been invested in a piece, whether it comes from you or maybe somewhere else, what do they do if they do have some of those some of those water rings or the dents and the nicks and stuff? What do you kind of suggest for them?
Absolutely. We have two different pieces here on a piece of walnut. And Zach's going to demonstrate how some simple fixes on some things like this.
Typically, when you have if you have an older piece or something that you pick up in a flea market and you want to refinish it, chances are you're going to have something like a shellac or a wax finish on there, especially if it's before 1920. It's going to most likely be a shellac finish. And you have the gloves on you?
Yes, I do.
So we'll show you real quick here kind of some simple ways of.
So don't touch this with my hand right now.
It's actually safe to touch right now.
Okay.
I mean, this side is shellac and this is wax. The shellacs on this is a little bit brighter because it was recently finished, but those older pieces is actually going to dull and look a little more like this.
Okay.
So you might not be able to tell what it looks like. And so we will start off with a little bit of denatured alcohol. And
you can pick this up at any hardware
Yep.
store.
You just want to put a little daub on a spot just to test it first.
Okay.
Because you don't want to start sanding and then find out that, you know, why is the sandpaper clogging? Why is it getting all gunky? Because you're trying to cut through the shellac or the wax so it gets really sticky. So one way to kind of test is just put a little bit of denatured alcohol on there. If it starts to get gummy, if it starts to kind of dissolve, then you know it's shellac. And you can just grab a piece of a little towel after a little bit, just wipe, and you can feel that it gets a little gummy, and you can see it coming off a little bit there.
Wow.
Yeah. So this is safer than using strippers.
Right.
You want to make sure that you're wearing protective gear, appropriate gloves, because there are some chemicals that will actually eat latex gloves, so you want to use the rubber ones. These ones are actually safe. The latex gloves are safe for the finishes we're using and the solvents, but if it doesn't dissolve with the denatured alcohol, next step is try lacquer thinner. So it's pretty much your nail polish remover.
Right.
Because what it's doing is basically reconstituting the finish and kind of dissolving it. So you want to give it just a little bit of time to do its work. And then after it's kind of done, you'll just kind of rub it. And with the wax, you'll not notice it right away, but you'll notice it on whatever you're rubbing. You'll start to see kind of a gummy residue and kind of black marks or something of the finish actually coming off.
Okay. So should you use paper towels or what kind of cloth? Or?
You can use paper towels, you can use a cloth, probably something that you're not going to use for yourself again, just something that you can throw away, because these chemicals probably won't come off easily after a few washes, so you want something that you can just dispose of.
So
now,
if people have questions, can they contact you?
if you have questions, you can certainly contact us. We are glad to help anyone that has a question, because not only doing design and building, we also do refinishing work and repair work for clients as well. So we kind of run the gamut of what we offer.
So we have a website, we have a Facebook, we have Instagram, you can pretty much catch us anywhere you want to. And phone numbers, the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can catch us in all kinds of different aspects.
Well, and like we said, if you've invested in that piece and you just want it repaired or fixed so that you can continue to have it in your home, or maybe you want a new designed piece, that's where they can reach out to you guys for both.
Yes.
Thanks, you guys.
Yes.
Thank you.
So you see the website there. We had the phone number up. So if you want to reach out to them, get more information, please do that. And then stay with us when we come back. We're going to wrap things up right after this.